And it's 18 minutes to midday. Studio guest this morning to introduce you to Fiona Cochrane, Employment Consultant with Essential Employment here in the Shoalhaven, and providing employment opportunities for some disadvantaged family members that we have in our community. Fiona, nice to make the acquaintance. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, Chris. Great to be here.
The type of work that you're doing is introducing these young people predominantly to new employment opportunities, or
all age groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
The idea is to have that capacity of work, if you will, what they can manage. What sort of job opportunities can you make available?
It covers all disabilities. They could be learning disabilities. It could be mental health, as in anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
It could be physical, as in MS and other forms of mobility disabilities. Yes, and again, the range of jobs that we look for or get our people into is as wide as a variety as what their disabilities are.
All right. Now, your office is Essential Employment, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
It's not a government office, but it works under a government-type program.
That's correct. We get our funding through the government, but we are a non-for-profit company.
Okay. Offices now, I know, Sanctuary Point, Sussex Inlet, definitely Ulladulla, I know.
Yes.
Kiama also.
That's right.
Really the north to the south. And through those offices, employers, business owners, could make an inquiry and see if there is a benefit. I would imagine a subsidy within the employment arrangement. That would be a primary one, but also just the fantastic emotion of having participate in some sort of opportunity for a lot of these people.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, a great opportunity to give some very, very worthy members of our society and community a great chance to become a part of their team and show them what skills and that they have and just how much of a valued asset they can be to the employer.
All right, a couple of case studies that we can talk to so we can get some sort of first-hand understandings. The Commercial Hotel at Milton, and Simon is the proprietor there, I understand.
Yes.
A person employed by Simon through this program is someone who is hearing disadvantaged or even deaf.
That's correct. Kerry's been deaf since birth. She can lip read fantastically, but it does have its limitations in that communication can be a little bit restricted. Kerry's a real go-getter and she was willing to tackle anything and have a go at anything. So we were trying to find a job that didn't rely a lot on communication.
And what's some of her job responsibilities? Or better still, let's say hello to Simon, who is at the Commercial Hotel. Simon, good morning to you.
G'day Chris, how you going?
I'm really well, and thank you. Fiona's with us. How long has this arrangement been through your business at the Commercial Hotel, Simon?
Oh look, it must have been about 3 or 4 months now, at least.
And help me with the interest in training an employee, in this instance deaf. Has that been a challenge or a life changer for you in the sense of the open sort of ways now that you can manage things?
Look, I've got to admit I had my reservations at first, but I can't speak highly enough of both Essential Employment and Kerry now. After a few months it was quite clear that there is no disability. Kerry can communicate fantastically well, whether it be through lip reading, as Fiona said, she can lip read perfectly.
Is Kerry working, if I may, behind the bar in that?
No, she's my cleaner. Yep. So she does minimum 4 days a week, and the pub's never looked better, to be honest.
Fantastic. Yeah. And maybe some of the lip reading could be taken when you're trying to show her maybe some areas and she's saying, well, I'll pass you the broom. You think you can do it better, you can have it back, Simon.
That's right.
Tell me about the introduction from Fiona, sitting with us in the studio now. Did she make a representation through her company to your business?
She did. She arrived just in the bar one day while I think I was on, and it was probably fortunate at the time. We were in between cleaners and sort of needed to pick someone up, and it suited me to give it a go. Like I said, I probably had some reservations, but I thought everyone deserves a chance, and I couldn't be happier, like I said.
Outstanding. Yeah. Simon, I understand you're literally at the bar now. Thank you for taking the call. We appreciate the insights and for the participation in the program. Well done.
My pleasure, Chris.
Thank you, Simon.
Cheers, Fiona. Bye.
Yeah, Simon, proprietor there. So it's a case of maybe cold calling. I mean, just like that, you're introducing yourself as you go.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we're just coming off the street. We have a couple of resumes with us and we'll talk about the client, their skills and how they would best suit the business.
Nothing specific to Kerry or to Simon in the business there, but the type of subsidy, what could be expected from a potential employer hearing this now and thinking, well, okay.
There's a subsidy worth $1,650. It gets paid at the end of the 13 weeks, and depending on the client's requirements, they only have to do 8 hours or 15 hours a week for the employer to qualify for that subsidy.
In our local area, is there another case study that you could share with us?
Yes, certainly. I've also got young Sam. He's a client of ours from Sussex Inlet. He has Asperger's. So, and Sam had put himself through a diploma in land management and conservation. So, very, very bright, intelligent young fella, but he'd never worked. So, I went out and saw Terry at Wirrawira Nursery out at Tomarong there, because it's a native nursery.
Yes.
So, and
Outdoors?
Outdoors, perfect.
Yeah.
Working with native plants, just like Sam wanted to do. And Sam, again, has been working there for about 3-4 months now. They have a great working relationship. And through all of this, Sam has now managed to pick up a couple of days with EnviroQuest. So he gets to follow his dream now and work in conservation, all thanks to Terry giving him a go.
Great story. And the type of work, is it a requirement to fulfil a 38 to 40 hour week roster, or is it more to the
No, just the
management of the business?
8 to 15 hours. So they only have to do those part-time. They can do more if you want them to do more. But yes, you don't have to do that full-time type of employment.
Sam, that's a really great story. Also at Sanctuary Point, the lady
yeah.
with MS, I think, is that right?
Yeah,
Sue
that's
is her
right.
name.
Sue from Sanctuary Point, another one of our great stories that we can tell. Sue's had MS for a long period of time now, but she's also a highly, highly intelligent, qualified lady. She's got a great administration background. She's even run her own business. She does university courses. She doesn't let her MS hold her back. But again, we were struggling to find an employer that would take in the considerations of Sue having MS.
Yeah, look, depending on the degree, though, even just the entrance to a building, if it's upstairs or something,
That's
it
exactly
just
right.
might be the absolute limitation.
That's exactly right. So that's where I met Brad from the IT camp. And again, a fantastic relationship has formed there. Brad even lets Sue work from home a lot of the time so that she doesn't have to climb up the stairs. So yes, that's Brad from IT Base Camp. Okay. And yeah.
So the type of work then with the multiple sclerosis, I mean, the capacity of the brain and the energy to do work is unchanged.
That's it. It's 100% there. In fact, he often tells me how excellent her work is.
All right. I can hear a lot of, in those case studies, the actual well-being for the employer. I mean, there, as Simon very comfortably said, there were some reservations. There must be. But if you progress through and have a working relationship, I think the reward, the payoff comes back more than tenfold with the appreciation of the employee being given that opportunity and the chance there.
Yeah, very dedicated and devoted. We've been given the opportunity.
So your work is as the employment consultant through Essential Employment, these are the offices, we'll cover the address and stuff, is to actually inquire through the businesses if they could see that as being a potential and then linking the right type of employee for that type project, yeah?
That's 100% correct.
Okay, I've got a good understanding now, Fiona,
Yes.
all in a minute. How's that? All right, so the offices in Ulladulla, firstly, what's best, address or telephone information?
Probably the best thing to do is contact me directly on my mobile because I'm all over the place, so that way you won't miss me. So my mobile is 0417
Yes.
44 22227, and in the Nowra office you can speak to our lovely marketer, Miss Amy Lee, and her number there is 4423 1191.
Okay. And fill me in on a few more case studies anytime. Share with me some of the information, okay, when something else happens. And like we were able to speak to Simon, I'll make contact with these others and just get a bit of a lowdown as an upbeat way of saying, well done, and for helping that contribution of all of us having that fair chance in our
I have
in our
got
community.
lots and lots and lots of good news stories.
All right. Nice meeting you today, Fiona. All the best.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Fiona Cochrane joining us from what is the Essential Employment Agency. It's not a government body. It works with the government, though, with their funding. It's a non-for-profit organisation. And if you'd like an inquiry, maybe you can be one of those case studies. That would be brilliant. Part of your life, 2ST. It's now 8 to 12.